Hello everyone, I'm glad that you have joined this Softic Mentor channel. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel. I'm Snaula Khan from University of Engineering and Technology, Lahore. I'm in City Engineering Planning Department and I'm here to teach you different softwares, how to install these software and how to grip them, how to make your grip so much strong that you can use it more efficiently and effectively and make your planning more good. So welcome here, you can do a very good here. So we are going to learn different kind of thing. We are going to learn how to install ArcGIS, but first I will give you introduction what we are going to learn. So the first we are going to learn is planning of new town, because basically, and these are the lecture from Professor Dr. Ubaidullah Nadeem. He is one of the professor in University of Engineering and Technology, and he is very recognized professor, and his knowledge, I will share his knowledge, what is concept and how he defined planning of new towns. Then I will share climate change, because it's a major thing. We are daily producing thing by emitting lot of carbon dioxide, which is disturbing our climate. So we will make something understand what type of technology, what type of thing we can use to reduce such an impact. Similarly, we are going to study urban regeneration and conservation. One of the major part of our discipline is urban regeneration and conservation. We are going to learn everything in it. Urban, you know, this is related to city area, main economic based area. We are going to learn how we can improve that area, how we can conserve its particular thing, how we can preserve. There we are going to learn different type of definition and everything there. And then we will go to geography. This is regional geography. We will define geography, what is geography, and similarly we are going to do lot of things there. And then the base and the most important thing, introduction to geographic information system, GIS. We are going to learn what is GIS, how we can use in planning discipline and make our planning more effective, more efficient. So first we are going to learn how to install GIS. Today you're basically you have two jobs. One is to install GIS, and how to install GIS I will let you know. So first just see my video. There will, in the description I have provided the link from where you can download ArcGIS 10.7. Now I will guide you how to install ArcGIS 10.7. It will take almost 30 minutes for you to install ArcGIS 10.7. But for the first time you have to download ArcGIS from the link I have provided in the description of the video. Sorry. So first there will be a one folder you have to open, as it's showing that this is step 1. You are going to open ArcGIS folder. Then you have two options. One is the crack folder and the second one below is ArcGIS desktop 10.7. so you have to open it, second one. After clicking on that one, one window will appear. In this window you are going to select next. You have to press next. After pressing next, it will take few minutes. Then you have to wait, and then after some time there will option come. You have to press close. Step 5. This bar will come and bar will open up. Now you have to press next again. And then after pressing next, you have two options: either to accept the master agreement or do not accept the master agreement. But in this case you have to accept the master agreement, and then you have to click next. After clicking on next, you will go to two options. You have either you want to install it complete or you want to install just a custom thing. So you will press next again and next again. So it will take time, but again next, and then finally you have to click install, step 10, and this will take some few minutes. After few minutes, you will see there will be an option for you to click on finish. That's not this setup is not installed yet. you have not crack version, you have to install it. So first you have to click again OK. Now you can see that again new bar will open up, and now what you have to do is again you have to click on OK. So after doing this, the folder I have provided you, in the folder you have downloaded from the description of my video, link that have been provided to you, there will be two folders. First we have installed it, and the second one has a crack, so you have to open the crack. Now in the crack you can see that there are three files. First one is the AF core, second one is UC browser something, and third one is the readme. So you have to copy the first one. You will click on the right click, you will click right click and then copy it, and after copying the file you will go to your window, the way you have installed your window. I have installed window in my local disk C, so I will go to local disk C, and then you have to click on the folder program file multiply by 86. After clicking that, you can see that there is ArcGIS folder right below the Adobe. You will click again, open it up, and then there will be desktop 10.7. again open that folder. After opening that folder, you can see at the fourth place there will be a folder bin. After clicking on the bin, you can see that this is the location you have to paste your file you have copied from that crack folder. Again right click here and then paste here. It will give you option either to replace file, either to skip file, or compare info for both files. So you will just click on the replace the file in the destination. After replacing the file, you have to go to search and search right there ArcMap. After clicking on ArcMap, this window will appear. So that's how you gonna install ArcGIS 10%. And congratulations that you have installed your ArcGIS 10.7. This is the software we are going to learn from basic, from beginning. Each and every step we are going to cover it. So thank you. So now we are going to move toward next step. So let me give you introduction now. In this course, this is a mega tutorial course. In this course we are going to cover different thing. And how we are going to cover different thing? Because how much I know is that whenever you want to learn something, there must be an evaluation of it. If there is no evaluation, you can never learn. For example, I am learning a housing subject. I'm just reading it, but I will not get from anything because I don't know how much I have grip on it. If I take quizzes, if I submit my assignments, then the result of it will explain me that how much good I am at it. So there will be quizzes for you at the end, and you have to write the answer of quizzes in the comment, and I will see your comment and I will mark your evaluation. So let's move toward our first topic we are going to cover is introduction to GIS. GIS. Why GIS? In urban planning, city and region planning, regional planning, we always have one software, that is GIS. Why GIS important? Why we are going to study that one? Lot of questions come in our mind. The only answer is that this is too much valuable software for us, because it can help us in multiple ways. How it can help us, we are going to study that one in the next videos. So we are going to first define what is GIS, what is the basic concept of it, what is the main components of it, what is the functions and queries, working architecture, what is the benefits for us, what is the GIS applications, in which field we can use it. So we are going to cover it one by one. After this lecture you will be able to provide a definition of GIS. You can describe the main components, give example of some GIS applications. So geography. First we have to define geography in GIS, because GIS stands for Geographic Information System. The first one is related to geography. Geography is the study of the world's environment and man's interaction with the environment. This is important, and in geography we have two parts. One is physical and one is human. As you can see in the definition you can see that is the study of the world's environment and the man's interaction. The world's environment is physical, and the man's interaction is human cultural, and the study of the both is geography. So we are going to first define what kind of physical aspects we are going to cover. The study of the earth's natural features such as mountains, rivers, soil, vegetation and weather. Human. Now we are going to cover the study of human cultures and man-made feature. All kind of resources are used to study geography, but the most common are maps. Why maps? Why we should study maps? First, now I am going to define what is GIS. There are a lot of definition of GIS. Many some cover different aspects, some cover different aspects. Let's see what definition you like. Let's see. A system for capturing, storing, checking, integrating, manipulating, analyzing and displaying data which are spatially referenced to the earth. This definition is very cryptic to US newcomer. So let's see what is not cryptic to a newcomer. A simpler definition of GIS: computer system which can hold and use data describing places on the Earth's surface. But it is too simpler definition to define GIS for my. If I explain GIS, a GIS not simply a computer system for making pretty maps. It's not just a computer system for making pretty maps. Realize this thing, because it is an analysis tool. It links spatial data with the geographic information and can use the store attributes to compute new information. For example, if you have just a picture of an area, there is no information of it, and you have another map in which locations are marked. If you combine both, then you have the pictures, you have the information which place is which. That is going to do, that's GIS work. That's how GIS work. So this is database. So this database look like that is will be difficult. It will you are going to unable to understand. No, that's not going to the thing. The thing is, it's very easy. This is attribute table. It's just like you are the person and you have qualities as that can be weaknesses and as well as that can be good. So similarly, you are going to put data in different type of how to create field. I am going to deliver that lecture how to create that field. First, we are going to define what is database. A database comprises of tables having fields with specific data structure. The tables are linked with each other through various common fields. So this is important. Previously I have talked about that picture and specific location. Similarly, that database also do the same. It's link the table information with other. There's a fields which contain the information of that particular thing that going to explain. So map can be defined as, I earlier told you that map is too much important for us. Map can be defined as a facility for displaying interpretation of geographic information on a flat surface. So now we are discuss what is more important, databases or map. Let's have a fight between them. So first, databases is very good at searching. Very good is searching. You just type the name, it comes to your eyes. You can see that one. But in maps, you have to search it. That's bad in searching. Similarly, databases is bad visual interpretation. You don't like it when you see it. But in map, that attractive, very good visual interpretation. But if I link database and map, what will that data be? That data will be geographic information system. This is GIS. So conceptual definition of GIS. Now you are now capable to understand that definition, that is the automated searching of a conventional database gets visual interpretation. Let me explain that one. The automated searching, the database and the map combine, and that connectivity with the map gives you a new thing, that is GIS. In the picture you can see, in the picture you are seeing that there is a map above at the left side above, and the data left down, and there's GIS file. Combining both, that gives you a GIS data. In short, a GIS does not hold maps or picture. It holds a database from which the data can be viewed in a new light. There's a misconception that it holds maps or just picture. No, that's not true. The true is that it contains database. Now the GIS applied to big question. The big question which we will discuss in geography: where is what is where? This is very difficult question for anyone to say. The obtain information from a location is where is what is where. Query information to find location. So now there are two ways of explaining an element object of Earth. There are always remember this thing: all the data in GIS should be in latitude and should have a particular latitude or longitude. For example, I am giving you an example. This is a tree at a particular place. For example, take the example of Nigeria country, and this is the tree in Nigeria country. How will I know where that tree is? The particular latitude and longitude will tell me where the tree is. Exactly, I will find the location if you give me the latitude and longitude. I will find it. I will give the. Then, after finding it, I will put the information of it. For example, I will put what type of tree is, what type of species is it, how much height it is, for what purpose they are using it. For example, in Nigeria there are 100 trees, and you have given me all the information, and I wanted to create a map, and I wanted to create a GIS file. So I will combine your latitude and longitude information with the type, species, height, use information to make a new GIS file. So there are GIS concept, there are systems. In systems there are hardware, softwares, networks, and many things. That's some other stuff with stuff in spatial. There's a lot of things that you are going to learn. So what makes data spatial? There's something that how will you say that data is spatial? It should have a grid coordinate, it should have a place name, it should maybe have a postcode, distance and being, description, latitude and longitude. That will define your data as a spatial data. So that it is true that person understand from examples. So I am giving you example what is spatial, what is non-spatial. In the first table you can see the part number is the only numbers are mentioned, then the quantity and description. You are not getting anything, that is non-spatial. In the second one, crimes during 2003, you can see the date, location, type. As earlier I have mentioned that place name, anything that has mentioned address, for example, that will be spatial data. So what components does GIS have? GIS have hardware, software, liveware, and the most importantly data. Data can be of two types: spatial and non-spatial. We have discussed what is spatial, what is non-spatial. Spatial is having coordinates, latitude, longitude, place, name, distance, something. That will be your spatial data, and any data which do not have these things will be non-spatial. So GIS component, the hardware, software, procedure, these are definition of it. You can skip that one. This particular thing, servers, workstation, GIS component. And GIS software provides the functions and tools needed to store, maintain, analyze, and display information about places. There are three components to GIS software: an easy to use graphical user interface, GUI, we can say that, tools for entering and manipulating geographic information, a database management system, DBMS. So the most importantly, GIS component, for what use. Now I am going to explain for what purpose the GIS is used. There are many applications of GIS. I am going to quote different. In first case, if you want to draw your country flood zone map, you can make it by using GIS. If you want to make wetland map, you can land cover, electric lines, gas pipeline, soils, land ownership, transportation, surface waters, boundaries, geodetic control, elevation, satellite imagery. That's not enough. There's something else that I wanted to tell. That is, if you want to find a fertile line, or maybe leave that. I will give you another example. If you want to find an area for housing scheme, and you wanted to find that will be good in everything, every facilities it should have. So how will you find that land? So if you use GIS to find that one, it will be easy for you. How? You will find you will use a railway shapefile. I am going to explain what is shapefile. It will be difficult for me. Railway data and gas pipe data, electric line data, and public transport data, land cover, topography, either the land is above or flat. You will see that one. How much cost you are going to, elevation you can also use that one. After seeing that map, after taking all the information together and using the land suitability analysis, which land is suitable for what, you can find an area in any land which land is suitable for your housing schemes. Similar, there are many examples, but I'm giving to you because as a planner, we work on housing scheme, we work on the regulation of it, we make the policy of it, then that software will help us to find these areas. So now, data, three general components to geographic information. There is geometry, attributes, and behavior. Attribute table I have already explained to you. Geometry, that you are going to digitize different areas. What is digitization? Let me explain. Digitization is that you have an imagery and there are a lot of plots, that you will mark that plots one by one by using different type of polygon, lines, points, different type of information. That will be your geometry. And behavior, streets and highway may not intersect. Each feature correspond to a record in an attribute table. So GIS component again, network, surveys, addresses, annotation, attributes, dimension, CAD drawing, images, terrain, topology, 3D objective, vectors. Even 3D objectives you can work on that one. Manager of GIS services. GIS cooperative student, then GIS coordinator, application. This is how GIS work for people in this. This is one GIS analysis technology. This is just a general thing you can. Now we are going to define what GIS functions that are capturing. I have already explained one definition. The GIS is a software for capturing, storing, analyzing, querying, displaying out. Let me explain what is capturing. Let me explain storing. Let me explain all these one by one. So first I am going to explain capture. A GIS must provide methods for capturing geographic and tabular data. Store. A GIS should be able to store both vector and raster types of data. Are you surprised by the name of vector and raster? Let me explain it. Vector and raster. Raster is just an image. Vector is you use polygon, lines, points to draw that one. This is how you differentiate. I will completely explain in next video what is vector, what is raster, but now I am going to explain just that one. A GIS must provide must provide utilities for finding specific feature based on their location or attribute values. Analyze. A GIS must have the ability to answer questions regarding the interaction of spatial relationship between multiple data sets. I've already explained between that you can use elevation plus the railway data plus public transport facility data, multiple data set and their relationship together and interact with them to create a new spatial image or something like this one, spatial data. Display. There must be tools for visualizing the geographic feature and results of display should be able to be output in a variety of formats. Data capturing. There are hard copy maps, there are coordinates, together they are GIS data. You can see the hard copy map of federal wildlands by taking the information in it, the coordinates of it, it will make the GIS data, and that will be going to digital data and taking GPS system as well. Vector format and raster format, I already explained that one. Discrete representation of reality, you can see the points, you can see the line, this is vector data. What is raster formation? There will be pixels. You heard about pixel. What is pixel? We use camera of 8 megapixel, 10 megapixel. What is pixel? The smallest box, that one, a resolution of it. It basically, raster formats work on resolution, pixels. There are rows, column, and that makes the images. That is raster format. So real world entities are abstracted into three basic shapes. Retail stores, for example, there are going to be three retail stores, streets, using lines, and polygon. These are the three vector data. The vector data comprise of three: points, lines, and the polygon. You can identify specific features. You can identify feature based on condition. For example, you have one data, spatial data of a world in which of continent. You can click any continent to see the information what continent it is. If you have countries data, you can click on different countries to check what country it is, what's the name of country it is, what's the size of area of the country, how many population of that country. It's going to be help you a lot more than you think. And then 5 features based on condition. Florida, countries with a population. You can use different type of query, spatial query. For example, if you have 2000 coins and the coins are of different value, 2 rupees, 3, 2, 3, $5, something different category, and you want to pick less than $5, so how will you use that one? So you can, in GIS you can apply query that I wanted to just pick less than $5. I know you are gonna pick more than $5. I am gonna pick less than $5, and after picking less than $5, you just give the information to query, and it will select that that coins, or if you want if you want to select the area having less population than 300,000, then it will select that part. As you can see in the below picture that there are few countries or few areas that are selected. Analysis, proximity, overlay, and network. Display, how you are going to display your GIS map. So GIS map consists of lot of things. For example, it contains of legends. Legends mean what color. For example, you have shown blue. Nobody knows what blue is. We know usually that is water, but you have to represent in GIS map that blue indicate for river, or you can say sea, and green represent for green areas, brown represent for residential, purple represent for industrial. There are different standard colors. I will talk about that one also. What are standard colors? We should use that one. We are stick to use that one. So there are different reports, graphs you can generate with the help of GIS. Paper map, internet, that's the same thing that I have explained earlier. So output, you can have soft copy, you can have hard copy. Soft copy, general application, spatial application, customized application, web-based, and lot more. And hard copy, you can take the maps of it, atlases, reports, charts, graphs. GIS system, architecture, and component. There are different data input, query input that goes to make a geographic database, and that again transformation and analysis you can run, and then you can display and reporting. Similarly, this is round circle going on. This is interrelated thing. So user needs planning, data acquisition. First you plan what you want to do, how you are going to do, how you are going to achieve that one. You then, after knowing what you want to do, you acquire the data. After acquiring the data, you process the data, and after processing the data you manage the database management, and then manipulate it and run analysis on it, and then we have a output products, and then we are at the end we implement that data to make or provide efficient or effective need to our citizen. So this is a circle. That's how GIS workflow. First you define problem. What is the problem? For example, there's a flood problem in suppose Pakistan. There flood problem in many areas, low-lying areas. So define GIS criteria. How you are going to find that area, that will be your criteria. Then you import or build data set. You are going to take different type of information like elevation, river path flow, that will help you. Residential area near any city boundary, near that area, that is going to be usually where flood occurs. Then you will run analysis on it, and then you will have output, and then on the basis of output you will make policy. Let me give an example. You find that we are facing flood problem. You define the GIS criteria that this is the river path flow. We are seeing that usually that river flow from that area. So using that information you import, build data sets, and then you run analysis. After analysis you see that the output, that there are different areas. For example, in Lahore, in the city of Lahore, city of Punjab, city of Pakistan, we see that the river flow from Ravi to different areas, and we will make such policy that nobody should build that house in that area. Why? Because flood is going to take their houses. Geospatial data. Now why we should use GIS? What benefit they can give us? Geospatial data are better maintained in a standard format. Revision and updating are easier than other software. Easier to search, analyze, and represent. More value added as thematic product. Geospatial data can be shared and exchanged freely. Working productivity is improved and more efficient. Time and money are saved. Better decision in short span of time. This is how GIS going to benefit us. So there are different application. I'm going to explain that government can use that data. Natural resources, where we are going to protect that land particular. For example, I'm making a master plan of Lahore, and I wanted to protect some areas, so I will just mark that areas that nobody is going to touch that areas, because we have to protect wildlife there. Agriculture, you wanted to see what type of land is better for producing different type of crops. You will just put the information, and it will give you information, and it will give you where you should grow your crops. Then you can use in utilities. You can use cities as well. How to build cities, which area is more better than other, why it is better, you can use that one. Security and emergency for purpose, I will explain later about hotspot analysis. And there is a network analysis tool that you can reach different areas in little time, or you can say that you can save yourself from congestion by just using GIS application. And then engineering, you can use that one in transportation as well. Agriculture, you can use it for precision farming. As earlier I have explained, this is environment. You can indicate which is the noisy areas, which are protected areas. You can see that green areas are the good one, and the red ones are along the roads, usually have more noise rather than other. So you should buy your house in green areas. Why? These are not green areas, in green part. Why? Because you will have to listen less noise, and everyone want that one. And for example, forestry damage due to acid rain. Damage due to acid rain, you wanted to know which type of area is most affected by forestry. You can use your data to see that one. Emergency service, I already explained about network understood. That will help you to know which is the shortest way to move from one part to another. Utility sewerage, so for example, utility, we can draw sewerage network in a GIS. Car navigating system, tracking system using GPS. Real estate insurance, the biggest. In Pakistan, we can say that our GDP comprises of major part of our GDP comprise of real estate, and using this software we are going to earn more than we expect. I have done internship in Ghana, the biggest real estate company in Pakistan. I have learned that they use GIS in many aspects, and I digitized 38,000 canal, and there are a lot of information you can put on a single polygon and make that data use. You can use that data for different purposes. Regional planning and city map on the web. 3D city models, you can make that one as well. We are going at the end, we will be able to make these type of 3D city models. Mobile GIS, you can use that one too. Thanks for your patience. The lecture is over. Now we are going to discuss what we have learned so far. So far we have learned about how to install GIS. I have given my intro. I am Snaula. Thanks for coming to this channel and subscribing my channel. You have liked that one. You comment. If you have any type of question, please comment it. I have shown you how to install GIS. I have provided. Let me give you summary. What we have studied so far. We have studied that how to install ArcGIS 10.7. I have provided the link in the description of the video. You can simply click on that one, download ArcGIS, then follow this one by one step. After following that step, you will be able to download ArcGIS 10.7. If you still not able to install ArcGIS 10.7, I will share one link with you. That link will help you to install ArcGIS 10.7. Now we also discussed what we are going to discuss in future. We are going to learn in future, that is going to planning of new town from lectures from the Professor Dr. Ubaidullah Nadeem. Similarly, this is very important part of our city and regional planning department, that urban regeneration concept. One of our Dr. Atif Bilal Aslam from the Department of City and Regional Planning, University of Engineering and Technology. He has done his PhD in Germany, and we will discuss that one too. Then we will also discuss geography, and similar we are going to learn different type of GIS application and how to use that GIS.